Salam sejahtera, anda sedang menonton Bisnes Awani bersama saya, Hana Ismail. Baiklah, dalam usaha mengekalkan statusnya sebagai hub halal global, sektor kerajaan dan juga swasta bekerjasama dan menawarkan pameran terbesar yang dikenali sebagai World Halal Summit di Pusat Konvensyen Kuala Lumpur pada 30 Mac ini hingga 4 April akan datang. Dan bagi membincangkannya dengan lebih lanjut, bersama kita di studio pada hari ini ialah penganjur bersama Sekretariat World Halal Summit dan Encik Rushdi Sidduqui, Pengasas dan Ketua Pegawai Eksekutif Zilza Teknologi. Thank you so much, Mr. Rashid, for coming here to our studio.
It's a pleasure.
Now, you might want to explain what is the role of Zilza in MIHAS 2015?
We have a number of roles. One is obviously being a supporter and a sponsor, but more importantly, we're involved in various sessions. The reason we're involved in various sessions is because we want to raise the issues that are practical and less academic. We want issues that face the halal manufacturers, that the man on the street, and raise the issue, then start the process of discussing it to a conclusion. So at the next in 2016, we can at least say we raised these issues and now we've addressed some of them.
Now, you've mentioned that there's issues pertaining to the halal industry and the halal industry in global aspects. What are the issues that we're talking about, actually?
There's a number of issues depending on what stakeholder you're talking about. But let's take into account SMEs because they are the backbone of almost all economies in the Muslim world. If you are an SME and not, say, halal certified, you want to know the process and you want to know it efficiently. Where do they go? Right now, it's a challenge. So can we basically make information more efficient? Now, what happens if you are a halal company with a product and your product's expiration for certification is finished? What do you do when you no longer continue to be certified? So the certification body has to work closely with the companies whose products has expired for renewal because they're not doing business.
All right. We're seeing that there's effort in halal, getting halal certificates, especially in Malaysia, and it's easy for us to do that. What about other countries? How can Malaysia play a vital role in helping these countries to help the SMEs to get the halal certificate so as to make it easier?
Sure. The great thing about Malaysia is it is a process-driven, so it's transparent. Yes, there's some challenges on response time, but generally speaking, if we look at the 57 Muslim countries as a whole and the non-Muslim countries where halal exists, Malaysia is not only a thought leader, but an actual leader. But what Malaysia has in 2015, Kazakhstan is not ready for, or Kenya is not ready for. So we have to take into account what stage of halal development that country is and look at what Malaysia did at that time and then transport that here and work to the local customs.
Now, I'm sure some of these SMEs will come to MIHAS and participate in the conversation and in the convention. What do you think are they going to expect from this convention? Not just from the issues that you've actually raised here, but also other issues pertaining halal and also positioning the halal term to the people?
That's a good question. I think first and foremost, the three challenges for SMEs in this space is access to capital, access to talent, and access to markets. We at Zilzar can only address access to markets. So they want those three issues addressed. Getting financing for expansion is always a challenge for any SMEs. And for these halal companies, they want Islamic financing. So that's a nice convergence conversation to have between the halal industry and Islamic finance coming together. Coming together where? In Malaysia, which is both a halal hub and an Islamic finance hub. I think at one level, it's awareness of where they are, at what stage. Second is, can they look at Malaysia for some learning lessons that are applied there? So those are the spark of other conversations during the 3-4 days.
Now, you're talking about the halal market. How big of a market that we're talking about? Because I'm sure a lot of people, and especially SMEs, out of Malaysia or perhaps in Malaysia, they're not aware of the potential of the halal market globally.
That's a great question. I would have to put that in context. Today, Islamic finance is in 75 countries. If we look at halal, it's in all the countries recognized by the United Nations, 194 plus. So halal is in Muslim countries and non-Muslim countries. That's a good pulse of basically saying Muslim purchasing power. As the purchasing power increases, Muslims do two things very well. We eat and we multiply. So it's an opportunity now for the Muslims to now control the halal food supply chain by basically raising these issues at the summit and then start doing something about it. Let's move away from the ivory tower into the man on the street and their needs.
All right. How many of the SMEs do you think is going to participate in this MIHAS 2015 and at the convention? And who are the prominent speakers that will speak on a MIHAS 2015? We're talking about how many and who are they?
Well, in terms of the exhibitors at the MIHAS event, I suspect, I don't have an exact number, but it's more than one and less than a million. Okay?
All right, that's a lot.
That's a lot. In terms of who the prominent speakers, I can't name them by person, but they represent sectors and subsectors. So the more important thing is the sectors and subsectors representatives speaking about those issues. People come and go, but the issues remain.
Ah, okay. So if they're interested to go to this MIHAS and the convention, where do they go to?
You can come to our site at zilzar.com. You can go to the MIHAS site, the World Halal Summit site, and Google all this. And the information is at the end of their fingertips, but the onus is on that person looking for it. Once you find it, do something about it.
Last but not least, Mr. Rushdi, what to expect from this convention, and what are your hopes for the halal market at the end of the summit?
Hopefully, there are a number of takeaways. The first takeaway is how do companies in this space grow? How can they access capital and Sharia-compliant capital? Second is how do we bring companies who have export capacity to new markets, because we want to see them grow organically. And the third thing is training. How can we bring the human capacity development into this space?
All right. I wish you all the best for the organizers and also from Zilzar. I wish you all the best, and hopefully the convention will bring something fruitful and beneficial to all those participants and also for the halal market globally. Thank you so much, Mr. Rushdi Sidduqui, Pengasas dan juga Ketua Pegawai Eksekutif Zilzar Teknologi bercakap tentang World Halal Summit yang akan berlangsung di Pusat Konvensyen Kuala Lumpur pada 30 Mac ini hingga 4 April. Kita akan berhenti rehat seketika, kembali selepas ini. Thank you.